All right. I'm Kyle,
And I'm Kyle.
and this is K Squared. All right. So we got a couple of comments first. So I'm going to share my screen, and we will start with the first one, going all the way back to episode 3. Let's see. Come on, Zoom. Ooh, hopefully this is the right one. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yup.
So, first one. This is answering. This is like a very informative, but we're going back to talking about the difference between dill pickles and what's kosher and what's not kosher. So, I think this is how it's pronounced, braised. The main difference you'll find between a regular dill and a kosher dill is that the presence of garlic. Typically, dill pickles that don't use garlic aren't considered kosher dill pickles. That's more of a traditional thing. However, can't read apparently. That's more of a traditional thing, however, and not a religious dietary restriction. Also, the use of kosher salt, which is blessed by a rabbi and is made in line with the Jewish faith.
So kosher pickles are a Jewish thing.
I guess so.
All right, that is something that I did not know.
Didn't know that either. I think that's also like, what if you are struggling to find a rabbi to bless the salt? Like, how do we make sure that we get the salt blessed so that we can make these kosher dough?
That's what I'm wondering why you're trying to bless salt. I mean, I don't know,
I don't know.
but
I
that's
didn't.
good to know now. I've actually made dill pickles, like homemade dill pickles before, and used like homegrown dill, and put some like homegrown garlic in it too.
Pretty good.
So it was pretty good.
Well, good to know. Thank you, Brazen. We got a couple more from Brazen. This is going back to episode 4, and that is the list of actresses that you would date in a certain age range. So 25 to 35 was Elizabeth Olsen, and then 35 to 45 is Missy Peregrine. Is that how you pronounce it?
I have no idea who this person is.
I honestly don't know either. 45 to 55, Elizabeth Hurley. That's a really good one. 65 plus is Jane Seymour. And I honestly don't know who Jane Seymour is either,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna have to look these up.
I would be on board for that. She's very attractive for sure.
Let's see here. I know who Elizabeth Olsen is. Let's see who Missy that person is.
Peregrine?
Pereg. I do not know this person at all. Oh, okay. So she's a Canadian actress and a former fashion model.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like we should throw this up on the screen, but I'm too lazy to do that. So
that's okay. So that's old Missy,
okay.
and then
Oh, my bad. Go
yeah.
on.
Oh, who
Jane
was the other?
Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour.
Go look it up. All right, I'm moving on to the next one, Kyle.
Okay.
All right, episode 5 is talking about us going to the Kentucky Derby or Talladega. Braisden said Talladega is the Budweiser of racing, and the Kentucky Derby is Four Roses slash Angels envy of racing. He also said that for snacks, extra toasty Cheez-Its with a few Nilla wafers as a dessert. My goodness, dude, what is wrong with
Are
you?
you having a stroke? Because you are struggling right now.
Dude, it's been a long day at work and I cannot read anymore.
Apparently so. You are struggling. That's for sure.
All right, I will clearly learn how to read between now and the next episode.
No, we won't.
So now, going or moving on, our 2 questions of the night. And thank you, Brazen, for the comments. Please keep the comments coming, viewers. We will definitely read them, and I will try my best not to butcher them because clearly I'm struggling.
He's gonna butcher him.
Yeah, probably. All right, so moving on. First topic, and I'll lead off with this one. Inventions that could go wrong and that you would not want to be around if they did. So this is any invention that we take for granted today. So my example would be like, hey, I don't know if I'd want to be the first person to jump out of an airplane with a parachute because I feel like there was some trial and error there where it's like, hey, let's just jump and like hold on to this sheet and see if it can hold your body weight so that you don't crash to the ground first. And then another one that I also thought of that was, I was like, I don't know if I would want to be around when they're like trying to test this out for the first time. Would definitely be a car or a steam engine, like a train, because I was like, man, like, how did they figure out how much pressure this steam engine needed to make to propel it forward without it blowing
Right.
up in the face? Because I definitely have heard of trains blowing up and like other stuff. Where it's like, I don't know if I'd want to be the first guinea pig on this one.
I mean, I would hope with the parachute one that they were like, oh, well, maybe let's just jump off the roof of this house with this, just to give a little try. Like, I'd rather break a leg than like entirely go splat the ground, you know.
Right.
That's just me. You know, I may be totally wrong. Science is all about trial and error and the experimental method. Um, so
I mean, have you ever seen those like documentaries about them trying to test out the jet engine?
you know I don't watch documentaries.
Right. I just asked anyways, out of courtesy. But yeah, there was literally a documentary where they talked about, I mean, they were trying to figure out how much propulsion the human body could take. So they would literally like strap these guys into a chair, put a rocket on the back, give them some like, goggles, and just be like, all right, good luck, and light the fuse and just like shoot them going like who knows how many miles per hour going down like some railroad tracks.
All right. Well, and what conclusion did they come to?
I'm pretty sure a few people died.
Well, that's understandable. Our little puny bodies aren't used to that type of force on us. So, but on that same line of force, more of a pack of punch type of deal, I personally would not have liked to been around with the invention of the atomic bomb. Um, I feel like that didn't end well for some people. Obviously, it made such an impact that like nuclear bombs are not a we don't use them anymore. It's a faux pas of world wars. So
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things that like people are afraid to use them because they're so powerful, obviously.
because if one goes, the others are going to send. It's just what is it? Mutually assured destruction. It's all mad.
I actually just watched that Oppenheimer, of course, documentary because I love it. Well, I don't know what it's not really a documentary, but whatever that terminology is, where it's like loosely based off of off of real events. But I thought that thing was like super interesting. Like, and I've also listened to a couple of podcasts too. It's just crazy to me that they still do in school you can go learn how to like do nuclear physics up to the point of like creating a nuclear reactor, working on a reactor. But man, if you try to like devil into the bomb portion of it, it's like, all right,
Mhm.
that is highly restricted, government watch list, all that
Yep.
good.
Yep. That's when the government's going to be like, all right, now calm it down. You're getting a little too crazy.
It does make me, or at least it does interest me, because like we figured that stuff out in the 40s.
Hmm.
Like what? Like have we advanced more than that? Because it doesn't really seem like, obviously it seems like we've done like very much so focused on computers and all that stuff. All that stuff has gotten like a million times better since the 40s and 50s. But what about nuclear energy? Like, do we? And again, this is all conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're
Yeah.
starting to dabble into some conspiracy stuff here.
But like, is some of that stuff like, is it significantly more advanced than we know about because the government like has it all on lock, or is it something that we haven't really advanced more in it because like it's not really accessible to the general public
Man,
because
it's possible.
not a bunch
Let
of
us know your favorite conspiracy theory, and we might bring it up in another episode.
I'm down for it, man. I'm all about the conspiracy theories. All right, so we'll move on. Next one. If what is all right, so what is your favorite thing to dip your French fries into? And it can be anything. And also, let's do two. Let's do what is your favorite thing to dunk your French fries into? Dude, I cannot talk tonight. And then the second one, what is something you like to dip your fries into that most people would think is gross?
Okay. All right. So for the first one, this kind of goes out to my ranch people who like ranch. I love some ranch, but my ranch people, they know what the good ranch is. And so I love to dip my fries in the good ranch that like a restaurant has. No, nobody likes just the plain Jane ranch. The good ranch. Um,
I love that your description of it is the good ranch, and nobody likes the plain Jane ranch, but it's not descriptive at all. It's just good. It's like what is
if you like ranch, you know what I'm talking about. And I guarantee you there's some people on here that watch this that know oh yeah, the good ranch. Kyle knows what he's talking about.
somebody please put in the comments what the good ranch is because I'm not a ranch dipper. But go ahead, Kyle. Finish your.
Yeah, you're weird and you're wrong. And it's okay. You know, everybody's wrong, but that one's real wrong. So I like, yeah, the good ranch. And then I'm also a Thousand Island type of dressing fan.
So all right. So I understand liking Thousand Island dressing. Are you dipping your fries in it though?
Yeah, yeah,
I also like Thousand Island dressing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I like to dip my fries in like a Thousand Island type of sauce. Like some of the sauces will have not exactly a Thousand Island, but it's got like that base in it.
Have you've been to Mug Shots, right?
Yes,
Did you ever get
they've got the good ranch.
They do.
Yes.
I don't know that because I don't get their ranch, but they do have the good Thousand Island. Have you had the comeback burger?
Brandon had that last time, and he
Have
said
Thousand Island dressing
he
on it.
wasn't impressed by the comeback burger.
Really? Ah, man.
So,
Must have been an off night. The B crew was there
the
because
beef crew.
they put the Thousand Island dressing on it, and man, I think it's really good. If you like Thousand Island, then you'll like that burger.
Okay, well, I may have to give it a shot.
All right.
Maybe we'll have to come back to it.
All right. So, you went with both. You pretty much just dip your fries in salad dressing, is what you're telling me.
Yes, and I don't have a problem with that. So
Okay.
whatever.
Do you ever use ketchup?
On rare occasions, I'm not a big ketchup person,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm a weirdo.
That's all right. Everybody has their, own opinion, no matter how dumb it is. But
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
all right. So I'm sure there's people that agree with you and are gonna be like, Kyle, we have to like come up with like Team Kyle and Team Kyle, but I'm not sure how to differentiate us yet. We'll figure it out later. But yeah, I am honestly
Team Bald Kyle is always right.
Team Bald Kyle. Okay, and I'm what Team Kyle with hair.
That's rude. I have hair. You're redheaded, Kyle.
Okay. All right. All right. So, two things that I like. I mean, one, I have really enjoyed Whataburger's jalapeno ketchup. That stuff is awesome. I like spicy stuff though. I like a
Mm.
little spice in my life. And then the other one that I really enjoy that's probably a little bit weird is A1 steak sauce.
Oh,
Dude, anything with A1 steak sauce, I'm all about it.
yeah, that's good stuff. I can agree with you on that one. A1's good.
Yeah. And of course, if somebody says that that's wrong, my mind may be telling me no, but my body.
My body's telling me yes.
I love it. Yeah, that's horrible. We're going to cut that out.
No, we're gonna keep it because I sounded wonderful.
Perfect. The only other one that I've always heard people say that like is great that I have never tried is Frosty and fries.
I've tried it before. I personally don't think it. I mean, it was like a salty sweet type of deal, but I didn't like the hot cold combo,
Combo. Okay.
like a Wendy's Frosty with some fries. It was. I mean, it tasted okay. I didn't like the fries were piping hot, and then you dip it into a cold Frosty, and I was like, it turns out lukewarm in your mouth. You're like, ugh.
So
But
that's your thing for sure.
yeah, I got a little touch of the tism, I think. So
That's awesome. All right, man. So I think that is it. So why don't you take us out?
Alrighty. Well, please leave us a like, comment, and subscribe down below. If there's any topics that you'd like us to cover, just let us know and we'll try to get them in our next videos. So we'll see you on the next one.
All right, see y'all later.